are, coming to you live from the middle of England. It's Gabe again. Yeah, hey, what's up? So it took 3 weeks off, went to Florida, but yeah, we're back in England and we're back ready to work on Skyline. So, as is tradition, I come bearing gifts from the States and from here in England. So let's go through the goodie bag and see what we're bringing to the car today. First up, Japanese battery. It's actually a Bosch battery. It's quite small. There we go. A Japanese terminal size battery. The battery is a S4019 from Bosch. Most people don't know, but JDM batteries are usually really tiny and they have small terminals. I don't know why, but that's just always been the deal on most mid-90s Japanese cars. So Skyline is no exception to that. I got this guy on discount. It was from an eBay seller, but it was a company. I want to say it was like Tanya batteries or something. Tana batteries. Anyways, 50 pounds for that, brand new. I know people with R34s are running it, since the R33 is pretty much identical in that area of the car, with the battery stored in the trunk. It should be perfectly fine for that. So we got that. Let's see what else we got. Damn, wiring specialties. That's cool. And then I have a ton of other weird knickknacks, which I'm trying to get out of my bag right now. Yeah, here we go, that's why. So, first you see ground cable. I pulled that off of I don't know if it was like an Infinity SUV or was it like a Nissan Murano. Anyways, it's out of the junkyard. The thing was pretty much perfect. I knew the length was about right. And if I was going to run a US spec battery or a European spec battery, I knew I would need a ground for that size. This ground looks like I could probably finesse it down to fit on the JDM one. I guess we'll find out in a bit. Wiring specialties. What's in the box? What's in the box? Cool stuff. So this is a these are the coil pack harnesses for the RB26. Includes the igniter plug as well. So I looked at mine, and I'll show you in a bit. I thought the one on my car was super crusty, so I was looking around and I found that these cause misfires. So next in the goodie bag is Apex Power FC Commander. I bought this on eBay here in the UK from a seller who is a fucking moron. Okay, he listed this thing. This is used as shit. It's the correct one that works on the Power FC that's in my car. But said moron had this listed a starting bid of like 150 pounds, right? Or it started at 200. I offered him 50. This thing sat on eBay for a solid 2 months without anyone even doing a single bid on it. And I kept offering 50 pounds. He kept relisting it, offering 50 pounds over and over again. Pretty soon, the jackass started listing it at 100, and then I offered him 50 again, and we settled on 65 pounds. So yes, because no one is usually looking for just a Commander, and this happened to be the correct Commander for my car, I got it for 65 pounds, but I shouldn't have even paid that much for it. There's, not that many people want them, but whatever. Needed this, didn't have it. I'd like to see what the hell is going on in the car, so this is a good monitoring device since I have a Power FC. Next thing, look at this pile of clips. So, I'll pull these out. These guys, I went to a junkyard in Florida, my favorite junkyard just down the street from my dad's house, called You Pick, I think it's You Pick You Pay or You Pick You Pull, something like that. They have so many cars. Anyways, they have Infinities, and Infinities usually are never picked over, like most Nissans and shit. They have tons of Maximas and Altimas and all that stuff. These clips, right? These are the typical Nissan Infinity clips that hold on everything from fender liners to interior pieces to trunk lining, everything. These things pretty much make an entire car for Nissan. I don't know why. They usually crack on most Nissans. If you ever go to a junkyard, you find them cracked. So then you're paying $3 to $5 from Nissan or Nissan UK, 3 to 5 pounds per clip. All right. I found Q45s and M45s and G35 Infinities in this junkyard, and none of these clips were picked off, and they were all perfect, absolutely perfect condition, because usually Infinities are owned by people who don't work on their cars or take things apart. So anyways, I have a giant bag full of these. You can see, perfect, tons of them. This is probably 100 pounds plus worth of these fucking clips. I pulled out a bunch of these fasteners. These are quite common all over the car. I think it's like was it an M10 or M12? These look really good, so I try to pull as many of those off as possible, and some random plastic clips. You never know when you need these. In this bag, I have indicator lights or fog lights that, you know, mid-90s Nissans seem to use. The front indicators do not have their sockets in there, so I decided we would go find some sockets. I have a variety. I think I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different ones, and we're gonna see what fits and what doesn't. I guess that's the best way to. Sorry, I have 8 of them. What am I saying? I have 8 of these fuckers. So we're gonna see what fits and what doesn't. And to go with those indicators, I just got some new clear bulbs. See what if we need them or not, if they're the right size. I'm pretty sure they're the right size. Finally, in here, I don't know if this is gonna work, but say a Z32 300 ZX twin turbo fuel filter. So SR boys will know this is the typical fuel filter upgrade you run as soon as you get SR20 or 240SX or whatever you're running. This is a guy. I don't know if that's going to fit in the RB in the space provided. It's quite narrow. I'm sure the clip could accept it because usually the clip moves to widen. But we're going to see if this even fits. I'm sure it needs to be changed though. Positive of that. So I figured for $14 I might as well just buy it when I was in the US. So I got that. So this is the lot. Now let's install. Alright, made some progress. So here we are. I took out the old downpipe. It's all crusty and rusty and all that shit. So this is actually a truss, Gretty truss downpipe, which normally sells for a lot in decent condition, but as you can see, this one is destroyed. This is about as bad as I've ever seen. I'm replacing it with an HKS downpipe. You see here, really nice. I think these are stainless, but this one's obviously very dull. No rust on it though, just, you know, kind of dull finish. Perfect to go on for what my purpose is right now. So we're gonna refit this now, and then I think we're gonna do side skirts. All right, it's been a busy morning. I think now we're in the afternoon. I got a lot done on the car. Not everything worked out the way I wanted it to, but that's tradition around here. So I think we're about to put the car on the floor and start maybe pour some oil in it, and, you know, get it just about ready to start. So a lot of what I did was actually just putting things back together, putting the side skirts back on both sides. I had to get new fasteners. A lot of the bottom fasteners on the lower side of the side skirt were all corroded, but luckily I had these nice coarse thread button head screws, which Nissan puts out, that are perfect. I also added these. It's like the non-V-spec rear valance of sorts. It's just a plastic cover that I had. So now I got all the trims back on. I'll put the little GT symbols in there just for sanity's sake. I'm gonna put the wheels on and fill it with oil, and put it on the ground so we can kind of maneuver the car a little bit. Because what I want to do is I have a lot to do on the rear end of the car. Got my battery, like I told you, a bunch of other wiring, knickknacks, the tail lights, all that nonsense. So I kind of want to put the rear end of the car here towards the front of the shop so I can get a better access to it. Besides that, I need to put the new exhaust on too. I fitted the downpipe and the test pipe, so those are on the car now waiting. So obviously you can see I got the cat back left, HKS high power. All right, we are on the ground. This is a huge milestone if you've been following the car. I never thought we'd actually get here. I got the rims on. I just had the suspension at the stock setup. The rims look dope as fuck with this color, actually. This is sick. So the teen coilovers, I just put them on the car as received. They're brand new when I bought them. So this is just the stock height that they came at. I could seriously dial it in. In the front, you know, if I stiffen it up, right now I got over two fingers. I could probably drop down. I'd love to tuck tire if I could, but in the rear it might be a little more difficult. The 275 35 is fucking huge. I could probably get close. You know, as the suspension travels up, it usually curves in. You know, just because you get camber gain and stuff like that. So I think they'll be fine. I could probably get close to tucking on this, and that's probably going to be the goal. I don't want to have to do a roll or anything in the rear. I don't really know what the fuck's going on with the rear quarters anyway, because they might be fucking rotted from the inside, and then, you know, who cares at that point. But yeah, no, she looks good. It's a nice, very generous ride height. I could drive out of here and drive normally in England at this height. In the U.S., I would never dare leave the house looking like this. This is like it's like dressing in sweats to go to a fine dining restaurant. Like, you gotta slam the car, right? Anyways, progress, good day. I think we're gonna sign out right there. So until probably tomorrow. Peace.